When it comes to getting compliments on your fragrances from the ladies, there are those 5 or 10 fragrances that everyone likes to talk about, but these 5 fragrances I did not expect in a million years would pull me compliments with the ladies, and they really did. A lot of people think that when it comes to getting compliments on your fragrances from women, you're gonna spray on 15 sprays of Spice Bomb Extreme, go to the grocery store, and at the end of the night you're having a threesome. That's not really how it works. You have to put yourself in the right place at the right time when it comes from getting compliments from women on your fragrances. You're gonna get compliments from women when they want to be complimented themselves. So put yourself in positions where women are trying to dress up, they're trying to look nicer. That is the situation when you're gonna get the most compliments from women. You're not gonna get them from the grocery store. You're not gonna get it passing by them on the sidewalk. The majority of compliments are gonna come from women you already know or you've made a connection with already. You cannot expect to spray on only one cologne and be pulling different women every single night just because of that one cologne. We're gonna smash this one out of the park as quick as possible because the sun is going down and we're losing daylight. Okay, so this first fragrance actually really shocked me because I picked this up for a very, very cheap price. First one we got on the list, CK1 Shock. You see what I did there? Oh, first of all, it's cheap. Second, it's a little bit cloying and overly sweet, very synthetic. I think that the women like this on me because there is some masculine edges there, bringing in notes of tobacco and pepper. It almost smells like Yup Om, but almost cleaned up, more sophisticated and masculine. This one shocked me to get compliments on because I did not expect a $29 fragrance from a rack store to pull me compliments with so many ladies so quick. If you haven't tried this one, you have to at least try it once. The next fragrance on the list, Herrera, Bad Boy, Les Parfums. This one I did not expect to get as many compliments on as I have so far. This fragrance and this fragrance line in general are one of the most hated on fragrance lines for men that are out there currently. I think it's probably the name Bad Boy and probably the way the bottle looks. Hear me out. When I sprayed it on my skin the first time, I had a little sample of this. I originally did not like it at all. When I went to a party later that night, immediately within the first 10-15 minutes of me being at the party, I was pulling compliments with this fragrance. It is not something I would have expected because, like I said, I didn't really like the smell of it, but it brings in notes of cannabis, which adds this earthy element. There's a grapefruit, which adds this citrusy sweetness. There's a little bit of spicy, fresh characteristics to this fragrance that I think are priming themselves from getting compliments from women. It's also a little bit stronger. It has a little bit more projection and sillage, and it's long lasting. I think that no one should hate on this fragrance until they try it. If you're wanting to pull compliments from women, give this one a try. Nobody expected this fragrance in a million years to pull me compliments. Givenchy Pi. I have a lot of history with this fragrance, and some of you may know that history. During college and university, this was my signature scent. I would wear this to clubs, to parties, to dates, to class. I had no idea about anything to do with fragrances back then. I would just spray on what smelled nice. Now that I know about fragrances more, I think that this is definitely more of a dress-up, gentlemanly, situational fragrance. It's not really a versatile signature scent like I wore it. When I wore this thing, I had women smelling me, coming in close to me and smell that. What is that smell? Chad, what's that smell? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's that vanilla almond tonka bean sweetness enhanced with some kind of feminine leaning florals, which actually makes this a little bit more unisex. And to be honest with you, I was surprised because now that I'm looking back, this is not what I would expect women to prefer on a scent on a man because of some of those sweet floral feminine characteristics, but they love this one. And I'm gonna bring this one back in style. Not a lot of people are wearing it anymore. Sure, yeah, you can only wear it in the winter, maybe fall. If you haven't tried this one yet, you will be surprised like I am. The next up on the list, we got 1 Million Lucky. This is a fragrance, as some of you may know, is pretty new to my collection. On its first couple wearings, I immediately got compliments while wearing this. I was out to dinner with a woman, she complimented me on it, and some of the other women in the venue, including the waitress, also complimented me on the smell of this. And because of that, this fragrance is actually growing on me and becoming one of my favorites. It's a little bit more versatile in its use case than the original 1 Million. I think that the reason that this is so addictive to the ladies is because it has this nice gourmandy plum and honey combination there that makes it almost smell like a dessert. It also adds in this hazelnut, which really cleans it up. It's a little bit lighter. It doesn't project too far. It definitely makes women want to come into and just take a bite out of you with how sweet and seductive it smells. Trust me, you're going to want to try this one out. 1 Million. million lucky. It's growing on me. The next up, and the final one on the list, we got Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Okay, some of you would expect to get compliments out of this, but personally, I did not, and here's why. This fragrance is very sweet. It adds in a little bit of masculinity with a little base of woodsy notes and ambroxan, and it's smoky with hints of incense in here. This is primed to be a compliment king with the ladies. And I'm telling you, when I first sprayed this on, I thought it smelled a little bit too feminine. I've had some guys tell me that this smells like an old woman. And because of that, I went into this with very low expectations. It's very, very hyped on Fragrantica. A lot of people put so much praise into this, but because of its scent characteristics, because it's more feminine leaning on the unisex spectrum, I did not expect to get compliments from this. Maybe the second or third time wearing this, I pulled so many compliments in one night with this, it was insane. Since then, I have added this to my regular rotation of winter fragrances. This is only good in the winter, but if you haven't tried this one out yet, definitely try it. Just consider it being a little bit more feminine, unisex leaning. It's not very masculine at all. Okay guys, that is my list of 5 fragrances, but before you go, I have something very important to tell you. There is a common theme here, which also surprised me a little bit. None of these fragrances are overtly masculine. All of these fragrances share a common characteristic. There is that added sweetness, and most of these are versatile in the colder weather. Now, I think that I've learned so much about getting compliments on my fragrances from women. What do women like? Well, they like seductive scents, warm and inviting scents. They like fragrances that make them want to lean in. Okay, sure, there are some summer fragrances that are gonna pull compliments from women, but I find that the best blend of compliment getting fragrances for women always ends up in that direction. That's why I love the winter. Let me know in the comments below, did you expect any of these fragrances to pull any compliments? Because I'm very surprised on some of these compliment getters. Let's normalize Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy Les Parfums, and let's bring back Givenchy Pi. With your guys' support, we can do it. Try these fragrances, guys. Let me know what you think. I love you all. Thanks for watching, and best of luck on your compliment journey with women.